Welcome back. There are some happy hockey fans in Canada tonight, aren't there? So the Edmonton Oilers go into LA tonight. Will Ferrell territory. He's shown a lot, and I get why. Totally understandable. But yeah, it was Skinner versus Korpisalo yet again. And it felt like as the series went along that the Oilers had an easier time figuring out Korpisalo. So we'll see what the LA Kings end up doing in regards to their goaltending going into next season. This is a very talented LA team, a very resilient LA team that are, I think, just building up to what they're going to be. So Ekholm has a shot that's held as the Oilers press, and then great pass by Bouchard, and McDavid buries it. Ekholm with the other assist. That's at 125. So early on, it was clear this wasn't going to be a low-scoring game. This is going to be a high opportunity, lots of high danger chances kind of game. Kings press for response. Draisaitl has a shot that's tipped wide. The shots are 3 apiece at 3.5 minutes. Kopitar has a slot shot that's kicked aside. Kings press at 4.5 minutes. Ryan can't bury one in close. McDavid then fires one wide on an end-to-end rush. And then there was a post for Klim Kostin. The Oilers press again at 6.5 minutes. McDavid's denied on a 2-on-1. Moore has a rush chance that's saved. Then there's a near miss for Kane, and the pace of this game is really fast. Leading up to at 8:13, Dursey wires one through a screen. Fiala and Byfield with the assists on that one. So Byfield had a lot of points in this series. Draisaitl then has a rush chance that's saved. Arvidsson has a shot that deflects out as the Kings press. Kane fires one wide on a rush, I should say. The Oilers press with 8.5 minutes left, and eventually they score. It's far corner. It's from a distance, through a screen, on his own entry, and it's Kostin from Bukestad and Desharnais at 12 minutes and 12 seconds. So Desharnais had a couple of points in this one too. And this is what we've talked about with the Oilers for a long time, that as long as they get that depth scoring, they can be really dangerous. Kings press for response. Deno nearly ties it, doesn't quite. Fogle hits the side of the net. The next Oilers chance is held. Nurse has a prime chance. That was blocked by Doughty. That puck was going in, and Doughty made sure it didn't. Things get pushy on a hold by Skinner. Velarde then misses wide on a net drive. Arvidsson had a rush chance that's defended, and things are kind of pushy at the horn. But it's 2-1 Oilers after the first period. So, second period, Kane's denied on a turnover chance early. Then there's a high stick on Kane, but no call. Kings get a power play shortly thereafter, so the Oilers aren't very happy. They cycle. Fiala's denied. The Oilers clear. Ekholm defends a rush for Fiala. We end up with 22 seconds of 4-on-4. That would turn into an Oilers power play. It's a shortened power play. Doesn't matter. They don't need the full 2 minutes anyways. Lazada has a tip shot kicked aside. The Oilers set up. There's a shorthanded rush by Kempe that was saved. And then on a nice pass late in the power play, Draisaitl scores at 4:06 from McDavid and Bouchard. So nice one-timer for Draisaitl, and then makes it 3-1 in favor of the Oilers. The Kings would look to answer, and again, to their credit, the Kings do not go away. They don't give up in this one. Hitting's ramping up. There's some unfriendliness going on. Kempe's denied on a rush, but the Kings end up going to the power play as a result. They cycle. Kempe, Fiala are both denied. The Oilers clear, and then Kempe would score on the power play from Fiala and Arvidsson. That's at 6:36. So it's 3-2, one-timer, top shelf. No chance on that one for Skinner. Then there's things that get kind of pushy and punchy on for a hit on Deno. That hit ends up putting the Kings back onto the power play, and they score on this one. So this is a series that's been dominated by conversations about the Oilers' power play, but the Kings' power play holds its own. It's Fiala through a screen, bar down from the faceoff circle. Doughty and Arvidsson with the assists at 8:16. So now the crowd's into it. Well, Farrell's into it. As I said, he was shown a lot. I totally get it. And the Kings then look for the lead. Fiala's denied on a turnover chance. And then Kemp, here's the weird thing. So Kopitar knocks down Skinner. And I think Kopitar thought he was going to get penalized. He kind of stops playing. And so he kind of stops playing looking around. And so the Oilers take the puck. It goes the other way. And they end up burying a loose puck. It's Kostin with the goal from Yamamoto and Desharnais at 10:54. So there's Yamamoto. I mentioned him in the preview. He didn't have a point coming into tonight. He would get the assist there, and he was in for a big night from there as well. So, again, Kopitar, and the funny thing is, the puck where it was, after he knocked down Skinner, he probably could have taken that and buried it, but just threw him off. Kings look to answer next shift. Draisaitl has a rush chance, that's blocked. The teams exchange turnovers. Things are pushy on a hold by Skinner. The Kings press. The Oilers keep him to the outside. There's a net feed then to McDavid. That gets picked off by the Kings. Kupari fires one high on a rush. Roy then has a shot that nearly deflects in. The fans call one. The referee does not. Bouchard then has a shot that's blocked. The rebound's cleared. But after 2 periods, the score is 4-3 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. So it is close. Third period, early jump for the Oilers. McDavid hits the post on a rush. Skinner holds with Kopitar on the doorstep. So Skinner, who's had some issues at different points in time during this series, I thought he played well tonight. And I really thought, too, that the Kings were taking advantage of some turnovers. The Oilers were sloppy with that puck tonight. Roy prevents a Draisaitl goal. Oilers press. Bukestad to Hyman, near miss there. The shots are 4-3 for the Kings at 5.5 minutes. Then there's a pad save on a net drive by Kopitar. Kings press. Iafallo has a tip shot that's held, and the Oilers go to the power play. McDavid fans on one. The Kings clear it out. The puck goes down the ice. Stuart Skinner decides he's going to play it, and he totally fans on it and hands it right to Danault, who buries it into an open cage at 7:46. The lead for the Oilers is gone. And then the Kings, most importantly, finish the kill. So that power play that has been the number one weapon for the Oilers all season, the most lethal power play ever in the NHL's history, at least since they started keeping statistical records in the late 70s. Suddenly there's a shorthanded goal which nullifies that power play goal and means they're 1-1 on their special teams, and they've allowed a couple of power play goals. So the special teams battle is won by the Kings tonight, which is odd, because if I had said in the preview this morning, I think the Kings will win the special teams battle, that means I would have been predicting a Kings victory. So, that being said, Roy has a screenshot that's held. We get some pushing after that. The fans call one. Ref does not. Kings press with 9 minutes left. Byfield has a shot that deflects out. As the Oilers are really having turnover issues in that third period, they're being bailed out by shot blocking and by Skinner as well. Bouchard to Draisaitl gets blocked. The Oilers press with 6.5 minutes left. Kostin fires one wide on a rush, and then during a short press by the Oilers, they end up getting the goal that proves to be the go-ahead goal and winner as well. Yamamoto with his first goal of the playoffs. McLeod and Kostin with the assist. That's at 16:57. So your depth players for the Oilers coming up big in a big game here. You don't want to go home for Game 7. You want that extra rest. So the next shift, the Kings are back at it. Arvidsson's denied the next shift. Korpisalo dives to prevent an empty net goal. He was coming out. The puck was being thrown at the empty net. He dives back to knock it wide. They do get the goalie pulled with 1:37 left. That is also when they call a timeout to discuss whatever needs to be discussed. But Draisaitl comes up big with a couple of clears in that last minute and a half. And while they don't get an empty net goal, they also really didn't give the Kings a really solid chance at their net. And the Oilers hold on. They win this one 5-4. They win the series in 6. So now they move on. They will play the Vegas Golden Knights in the second round. That series should be absolutely fantastic. The star power on both sides of the ice. The question marks on both teams are going to be very similar. I can't wait to do the preview for that. I may even do that tomorrow. But your 3 stars in this one are Yamamoto, Draisaitl, and Danault. Shots on net are 17-11 LA in the first, 16-8 LA in the second, and 11-7 LA in the third. That's right. The LA Kings outshoot the Oilers 44-26, and I think those shots were pretty accurate. The Kings, I thought, had the better chances. They were forcing more turnovers. The Oilers were also giving it away a lot, but in the end, they survive. Power plays, 1 for 2 for Edmonton, 2 for 3 for the Kings. The hits, 32-22 for LA. Skinner saves 40 out of 44, and Korpisalo 21 saves on 26 shots. And again, I think the Kings are going to have to basically look at their goaltending and fix it for next year. It will be seen as one of the reasons they don't beat the Oilers. This series, the LA Kings won the first game in overtime 4-3 in Edmonton. Edmonton won the second game 4-2. And then LA won in overtime 3-2 at home to go up 2-1. And then Edmonton takes over. They won in overtime 5-4 in Game 4. They won Game 5 at home 6-3. And then they win tonight 5-4. So lots of goals in this series. It was an exciting series. And in the end, the Oilers win it. So my bracket right now is perfect, but there are 3 Game 7s that could absolutely break it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.